Arriving at the Hlidskjalf, the Silver Surfer is greeted by Thor, who is attempting to drink himself into a stupor. Descending from his surfboard, the surfer apologizes for interrupting, saying he came as soon as he'd heard. As the surfer asks how he's doing, Thor offhandedly remarks that he's tired and drunk, chugging a drinking horn full of mead before asking what it is that the surfer's heard. Kneeling, the surfer remarks that the galaxy shook with the reverberations of Thor's battle against the Black Winter, adding that he couldn't help but notice the new additions to the Bifrost's architecture. Tossing an empty pitcher aside, Thor states that he thought it fitting. Standing, the surfer states that Sif told him Thor had been holed up for months and hadn't spoken of what transpired during his battle. The surfer offers a sympathetic ear, but Thor brusquely rebukes him, saying that no one has seen what he saw and that knowledge is his burden alone. As the surfer remarks that the burden of knowledge is heavy, Thor agrees and lamentingly glances to where Mjolnir sits beside his throne. The surfer again appeals to Thor to share what happened, remarking from personal experience that hiding away and bottling his anguish up will help no one in the long run. Months prior, Galactus roars that the Black Winter is lying and blasts the abstract entity with the power cosmic. Unfazed, the Black Winter, in the form of Thor, remarks that it never lies. It made a deal with Galactus. It would spare his life in exchange for him serving it. Repudiating Galactus for having lied and hidden himself away in a dying universe, the Black Winter snaps that it has come to collect the debt Galin owes it for his powers. Lashing out with a wave of darkness, the Black Winter sends Galactus plummeting to the surface of Cryo's moon. Standing, Galactus beseeches Thor to strike, while the Black Winter has consolidated itself into the Asgardian king's likeness. But Thor blasts Galactus with a massive bolt of divine lightning and coldly tells him to stay down. Enraged by Thor's insolence, Galactus furiously reminds his herald that they are all that stands between the Black Winter and the universe. Not falling for Galactus's lies, Thor snaps that he is all that stands between the Black Winter and Galactus, and that he is not yet done with the Devourer of Worlds. Furious, Galactus blasts Thor with his augmented power cosmic, boasting that he is more powerful than ever. Thor withstands the blast and snaps that Galactus's power is that which he tricked Thor into allowing him to steal. Angered at having been used as a pawn, Thor dismisses Galactus as the errand boy of a hailstorm and blasts him with a torrent of divine lightning. Stripped of the power he obtained by consuming the 5 worlds, Galactus incredulously wonders that happened, and Thor remarks that he took it like he took the power cosmic from him earlier. As Galactus protests that he needs the power to fight the Black Winter, Thor coldly states that he will deal with the Black Winter himself, and that he has no further use for Galactus. As Galactus raises his hand to blast him, Thor snaps that if the Black Winter wants Galactus, it can have him. Blasting Galactus with a massive torrent of lightning, Thor sentences him to death for all the planets he has devoured or tried to destroy, draining the Devourer of Worlds of the power cosmic and leaving him a desiccated husk before crushing Galactus' chest with Mjolnir. As the dying Galactus protests that Thor has no idea what he's done, the Black Winter tells Thor to stand aside and let it claim Galactus, stating It will then leave his universe to its fate. Turning to face the Black Winter, Thor refuses to let it take Galactus. Growing to a massive height, the Black Winter angrily states that it has no quarrel with him, but that it will take what is rightfully its. When Thor again refuses, saying he still has a use for Galactus, the Black Winter incredulously asks whether he intends to make Galactus a trophy or a slave, mockingly asking what possible use Thor could have for Galactus. Raising Mjolnir, Thor says that he will use Galactus as a bomb, using Galactus's dying body as the payload for a massive explosion of divine lightning, infused with the full might of the power cosmic. Thor rises from the smoking remnants of Galactus's now empty armor, noticing a single snowflake of the Black Winter survived. As he catches it, the Black Winter sneers that Thor has won nothing and offers to use the last of its power to show him how he's going to die. Saying that he does, Thor crushes the last of the Black Winter to dust in his palm, seeing a vision of his new fated demise. In the present, Thor is revealed to have used Galactus's helmet as an entryway to his throne room. Digesting what Thor has told him, the surfer expresses remorse for his former master, though Thor has no pity for Galactus. The surfer cautiously asks what the Black Winter showed Thor, but Thor, sporting a traumatized expression, refuses to divulge what he witnessed, saying it was nothing darkness. In truth, however, Thor had seen a possible future where Earth's heroes had been turned into zombies, and Thanos had stolen Mjolnir and imbued it with the Infinity Stones.